Hello, everybody, and welcome. Sorry, just making sure that my audio is working. It seems to be. Unfortunately, my green screen isn't. I don't know why it's being so uncooperative. It's really stupid. Because last time this happened too. Hang on one moment, please, while we redo our filter for my camera. Frankly, I'm still amazed that I actually know how to do some of this stuff. Because it's been a long time since I set up my All right. That said, we're going to dive right into today because we've got a lot to do. We're going into our first, like, really for realsies dungeon here in Suikoden. And it's probably going to take a little while. But basically, we got to take a boat across the little river, and then we're going to be able to do the fighting stuff. Now, I've spent a good amount of time getting as good of equipment as I can, at least to the best of my extent. I've upgraded everybody's weapons, so I think we're in a pretty good spot. Same thing when it comes to the runes. We've got our water runes already, so that means that we'll be able to use healing magic, which is awesome. So, that said, hi and welcome. I hope that everybody is doing well. Hope that everybody had a good couple of weeks while I was out and about doing all of my stuff. But I'm really excited to be back. I'm really excited to be able to play this game again because I can't stream as much as I would like. But the good news is that my class is almost over. So for anybody who doesn't recall or doesn't know, I've been taking a course for firefighting, and unfortunately, a lot of it happens on the weekends. And because it happens on the weekends, it means that it makes it difficult for me to really do anything, honestly. So let me see something real quick. Inventory system in this game still sucks. For anybody who doesn't know, it is absolutely horrible. Now you'll notice most of the time I do kind of the auto battle thing, and I just let them do their shtick. I've not yet needed to do otherwise, which is good. But that doesn't mean I'm not opposed to it. So, like, see, this I feel like might need some assistance from manual intervention. One of the key things with this particular game is it's one of these RPGs where you are able to you're able to collect, so to speak, a bunch of different people. But the problem is that as you collect more and more people, then you swap them in and out, you give them all the equipment, all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, if the person dies, then they are permanently dead, and you can no longer use them. So it becomes a bit of a balancing act and making sure that you don't do anything too stupid, which also means that it's a very poor choice of game for me personally. Because I love making dumb decisions. But either way, I'm excited. I'm stoked to be here, stoked to play. Very much hoping that I will be able to do some or make some progress. That's why. It's because it's a helmet. I don't know the rules as far as doing the equipment and stuff. I do my best. I try, but there's only so far. Okay, so this is another one of these tough ones, but I think we'll be. See, everybody's still got decent HP. Okay, there. Incidentally, for anybody who is unfamiliar, which includes me, I might say, this is a game that originally came out on the OG PlayStation. So everybody calls it the PS1 because one. I am a bit of a stickler, and I always call it the PSX because that was its original designation. I don't know why it got switched. I assume it got switched because, well, technically they released the PS1 ONE, and that was the smaller version that was like it was almost like bone white for anybody who hadn't seen it, and that was referred to as the PS1 officially. And now, of course, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, I'm a stickler. I'm a weirdo, so don't listen to me. That said, we're gonna run through this, see what we can do. The biggest thing is I'm really hoping I don't miss anything significant, because that could very well happen. And this is a game that's kind of loaded up with all sorts of wackiness and secrets and who knows what. So that's like, I don't want to potentially miss a new character or some kind of development or a fun piece of armor or whatever it happens to be. That's the biggest thing that I worry about. But we'll see. Alright, so we're gonna have to try to come back up for that chest there. Well, that doesn't work. There isn't anything I can do about the big rocks. Everything is so mysteriously empty. Like unusually empty. Eerily empty. One thing I haven't looked at is if I can use magic outside of Metal, because that would be relatively fun. Ah, there we go. Easy. Alright, here we go. So a bit of backstory on what we're doing right now specifically is we are part of an underground resistance against a tyrannical fascist government. You know, pretty standard dystopian stuff. And we're trying to make ourselves a headquarters. Our previous headquarters having been destroyed by way of death and unpleasantness. Okay, let's see. I was afraid of. Got no more. Got no more spells. My problem now is that I interesting. It does a physical attack if I not using items. There goes Danny. This guy's got a lot of HP. Okay. So a couple problems here. We're going to save scum because that's how we roll. One of the issues in this game is it's one of those RPGs where if you... What's it called? If you... If your friendly folk pass out during a fight and you either can't or don't revive them for whatever reason, then you can't really do anything about it. They will not get XP. And that, of course, is not nice. I'm thinking one of two things. We can either put a focus on just everybody doing healing the first couple of rounds and waiting until the dragon doesn't do its little breath thing anymore, which might happen, can't be sure. Or we can do an auto battle for at least a little bit and see how things go. I'm personally not a huge fan of either one. thought we were rested up too, but for some reason we didn't. Well, we don't have all of our skill sets. For anybody who's familiar, the spell slots in this game are very familiar to those in D&D. You have like your first level, second level, etc., etc. Okay, so let's try this again. Now, I'm just curious what happens if you just a straight up auto battle. Okay, so still does his breath weapon. Alright, so. Fire runes did quite a bit of damage. So I keep using the Mega Medicine because first off it heals a lot, and secondly because my main character Danny is the fastest. So I know that the healing will be I yourself. Arrow. Yourself. Okay. Poor Remio over here, just getting his butt handed to him. Like, hard. So let's give him a double dose, and then we'll just attack. Good timing on that. Okay. So one of the interesting things about this particular game is the way that the way that the item system works is that you have everybody's individual dang it. You have everybody's individual inventories. Of course. Okay. Okay. Shh. We're going to do it one more time. I'm going to save screens. Now, I'm a little bit scared, a little bit nervous, because the last time I played this, Rev told me that the whole dungeon thing was supposed to take like an hour. And I feel like that's not happening. So I'm worried about a couple of things. First, that I did something wrong, just completely screwed it up. Secondly, that I just missed something entirely. I feel like either one is a reasonably high possibility. But we'll see. We got really close last time, so we should be able to do it this time. I've got a good strategery. The key thing to remember is who can and can't take the damage from the flame weapon or the breath weapon. Also, I need to make sure that, like, you know, I don't say that I'm going to run. Because then it's like, oh, you can't run. Well, I'm sorry. Hey, look! It's a person! Who is here? So sad. I'm not one for fake viewers. I don't roll that way. I highly doubt that Finger of Death would work on this thing. So I'm not even going to try. Okay, so Taiho and Gremio took the largest amount of damage. Like, by far. Okay. Now we'll do it with Victor. Attack here. Here. We're going to do that. And we'll do this. And we'll do this. So if I keep everybody over 100, then I should be in good shape as far as getting damage done and being able to survive whatever attack he gives. And it seems, at least consistently, that Danny and Cleo are consistently the ones who go first. Whew, that was close. Okay. Yeah, it's just nobody really does a huge amount of damage. I'm just gonna play it safe and use double medicine on Danny here because I'm not 100% sure when he'll actually be healed. Same thing here. Everybody does like mid-40s at most. Hey, look at that! We did it! Huzzah! Orange Castle. Danny Castle. Let's go with Dragon Castle. I like it. Alright, so now we've got our new headquarters. I don't remember this person. All right. So yeah, see, there's a lot of characters that you can recruit. So this guy is a very famous strategist from our homeland who basically retired. And I'm hoping to recruit him for the Liberation Army to fight against the tyrannical government. Wait, was he an option to take? Okay. So, it's a magic user. Another strength person. I think I'll try Yamku. The problem is I don't really have good equipment for him, but we can do our best. Because I generally sell off all of my equipment as soon as I'm done with it. Now I'm guessing that there's no more bad guys in here. I hope. Ooh, cool, dragon. Okay, so we even have like a prison down here. Huh. I mentioned before, this game is huge. There's a ton of stuff going on, there's a ton of stuff to do, a ton of people to find, all sorts of different things. And I'm sure each one of these individual little crevasses and who's a what's-its and whatnots serves some kind of purpose. Like, see, what's this? I don't have a clue. Look, there's a armor set and a bed. Who sleeps here? I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Here's another random landing. So wait, how am I supposed to, like, leave? This? Okay, seriously, how do I leave? Because when I came into this room on the way down, I came in through here. Alright, this is some bull crap right here. Like, who? I want to leave! That's what I want to do. Keep having to check for stupid extra places to go. That looks like a little monster dude. Oh, excuse me. Incidentally, I know that it's been out for a little while now, but has anybody played the Oblivion Remastered very much? I personally have not. I will say I was an enormous fan of Oblivion when it first came out. I did the whole thing, played through the whole thing. Well, that's not exactly accurate, because play through the whole thing implies that I actually did all the stuff. And what I actually did was not that. Instead, I just did side quests the whole time. And it was awesome. Okay. Kuan. So first, let's get what's his name here equipped. We'll also get the weapon upgraded. There we go, much better. Much improved defense. Let's get weapon upgraded. Alright, everybody is fully upgraded. We are good to go with that. So I save here because I've had notorious difficulties, not just with this game, but with my computer in general, in that it does not appreciate keeping a game running for some reason. I have no idea why. I don't remember discussing a town by the name of Kuan. That doesn't ring a bell. And I've not been given any information about it. Hey, speak of the devil. But okay, is this some kind of bullcrap where I have to bring the guy with me? Is that it? Because that's some BS. Homie just said, all you gotta do is say, you're with me. Or like, you know me, or whatever. And all will be well. Now I'm sitting here training up Yam Ku. I'm gonna go all the way back over here to swap out my party members. Doesn't make any sense. And you know, this is, speaking of remasters, I mentioned Oblivion a little while ago. This is one of those odd sorts of things that makes me think, okay, so I can't even add him, so why? When it comes to remastering, one of the big questions that folks have is, do you keep the spirit of the original alive, or do you make simple aesthetic improvements? Do you make gameplay improvements, things like that? So a really common example of this is that you'll see a lot of remasters and remakes and stuff like that, which will have a renewed save system. Especially you'll get an auto save, because most games at this time, or the vast majority of games at this time in the early PlayStation era, didn't have any sort of an auto save function. You had to go to a save point, you had to physically walk up to it and interact with it and save. So in this instance, that's one of the exact same things that happen. Lorelei? What is this, Gilmore Girls? Okay, so I need to be stronger. Okay. I don't like this dude. I don't trust him. I feel like he's sus at best. Is he just gonna jump over the wall? What's his angle? What does he want? He has to want something, right? Like, nobody works for free. Homie's gotta want something out of this. I don't know what he wants. Robot soldiers. Let's see how well we do with this. Okay, the answer is not well. Ha! Excellent. Leveled up straight to 17. So that's one of the things I like about this game is part of the problem with having so many party members is it's literally impossible to keep them equally leveled. Yeah, sure. Toads. Do it, bro. See, now whenever Rev sees this, he's probably going to yell at me and tell me that I'm doing literally everything wrong. And I needed to, like, spin around in a circle 4 times before talking to Rock. And I needed to speak with that one lady, like, 3 times before she actually pays attention to me. Okay, this is like a Pokemon thing here. Can't step into their line of sight. Woo-wee! Wait, did nobody heal Danny? There we go. So the problem here is that I don't have a lot of elemental attacks. all of the damage that I do is physical, basically. And because all of my damage is physical, it means that there's not really much chance for me to help out a huge amount for folks. Because, like, when I did that one fire attack, then they all just went like... and they're all dead. Like, instantly. Slot man? Oh, bugger. That was terrifying for a couple seconds. I'm really scared that we're gonna run into mimics here. White paint? Trickster. Okay, so he went back that way. Is leather armor better? It is, it's a lot better. I mean, I guess it makes sense that armor is better than a robe, but still. So he went back up this way. I don't see him here, though. I don't know, this is... It has me a bit... not confuzzled, but... Fudge. I just need to keep going on this until it lands on the upper thing. Because I can't move when I'm on it. I also don't like the big question mark. Okay. Let me see if my finger of death works. I doubt it will, because I don't have much in the way of... well, much of anything, really. I'm also guessing this is the time where Rev would be like, oh, why are you just going on it randomly? You need to go in and out of the door 18 times. And once you do that, then, you know, you get to where you need to be. And it's totally fine. Obviously. Son of a... See, if you push the button at just the right time... then you'll be able to, you know, do all this cool stuff. And it works well. I will say the one major issue that I have with the auto battle system, where they just kind of attack semi-arbitrarily, is that you don't have any sort of targeting capabilities. And that's the issue when you've got a bunch of bad guys there. Okay. Well, there goes my theory, because I was thinking maybe it won't land on the same thing twice, but it literally just did twice in a row. Really? Hang on. Let's run around a little. Obviously that did it, because of course it did. No. But now how do I get back through that? Oh, okay. Very nice. But now does it do... Ooh, treasure! I want to know what the mystery thing is, okay? The mystery thing has me intrigued. I gotta get going. But I want to know what the mystery is. I'm gonna try one more time. And then we're gonna go get to a save point. Okay, I guess we're gonna fight a monster, and then we're gonna get to a save point. Alright, let's see here. Let's do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Hey look, it's Maethwin! Here to tell me that it's time to go. Y'all think I'm joking? Not. So that's what I said. I'm gonna go and see if I can get a save point real quick, and then we'll be able to head out, and all will be well and good. Big yay for the resubscribe. Great to have you as always, Maethwin. Alright, so let's go find our save point. I'm guessing that we should go back this way. Back the way that we came. Pokemon style. Ooh! Anything here? I feel like this is a good place to have mysterious mystery things. What is with the empty room? Also, is that Jester guy gonna join me? I feel like he should. He gave me a hard time. See, I don't trust this guy. We did fall for it once. Well, I don't have to fight him, do I? Okay, so I feel like we're in a bit of a conversation loop here. I'm just gonna have, you know, a night at the inn, just kind of chill, save my game. You know, not my circus, not my monkeys. Okay, but that said, that's a relatively okay stopping point, I think. Hopefully we didn't make any mistakes that are really super awful, but I think overall we did good. We've got new headquarters and everything, and now it's time for me to head out. So everybody take care, stay safe, be well, and next week I will not be available, but actually, let me check the calendar. I believe the week after I am. We'll just have to take a peek at the Discord because my class is wrapping up. So I have to check to see exactly when we're meeting again. Actually, I might have next week off. And so I may be here next week. Again, we'll see. I'll let you all know. But take care, stay safe, be well, have fun, and I'll see you next time.